All right, guys, welcome in ARMORY debrief. That's like a new thing what we want to do at RDA. Today we will do it in English because we have a special guest from Czech Republic. Buck actually is currently living in Czech Republic. He's our guest instructor at RDA. With me here is Dominic. Say hi, Dominic.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, and Buck.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, thank you for coming here. Buck, we just finished a course, Firearms Skills Lab. So you can saw that on the Instagram and social networks of RDA. And we will speak a bit about Buck, what his former career, and then what we did today on the Skills Lab, and maybe some future projects you can attend as well, because it was a lot of fun. As far as we spoke on the debrief, so it was like pretty cool experience.
Yeah, a lot of really good feedback from the crew here and stuff. So it was a great weekend.
Yeah, so please, Buck, introduce yourself for the guys who weren't that lucky that they came here and spent the weekend with us.
For sure, yeah, thanks. I'm Buck Stetler from America. I used to live in Nevada, and now I moved to Czech Republic. Man, where can I start? I guess Europe has been absolutely amazing since I left, and living here. So I came from a law enforcement background. I started in 2006, my career in law enforcement, and then progressed through there. I did 15 years in a tactical team, part-time tactical team, which is great because you get a lot more training and stuff in, and you're not always running mission sets. So we got to do a lot more training and things like that. So it's cool. And the occasional house hit and bad guy roundup. But during that career, I spent a lot of time with FBI and DEA in the U.S., on a counter drug, gang, and gun task force. So I was really fortunate in my career. I spent most of the time with those guys, doing a lot of stuff with the FBI SWAT. I did some training with the HRT guys, which was really cool.
For those guys who do not know, HRT is like hostage rescue team.
Hostage rescue team, yeah. So like FBI's high speed team, and I got to work with a few of those guys. It's really cool. A lot of FBI guys out of Vegas was really fun to work with. Those SWAT team there. Had a part-time and full-time team. We worked with Vegas SWAT a bunch, Reno SWAT out of Nevada, Sparks guys. The Sparks SWAT team was amazing. Those guys are really good. One of the team leaders over there was still a good friend of mine. So it's pretty cool. Donnie, him and I still talk. But yeah, it's been really great. I did, I retired in 2018. And then I went into some executive protection stuff. Working for a family, so that was a lot of big eye-opening experience. Got to do some training with some different groups and guys there. But I guess one of the most important aspects of my career was back in 2011. 2011. Teamed up with a 2nd Battalion, 75th guy. Him and I started doing a lot of training together. Started out in Carson City teaching and doing training classes, and then it just really progressed through there and ended up teaching all across the U.S. And he had some big ambitions with his company and took off for that. So me and one of my closest friends, Tyler, we started Triarii Group and brought training internationally with you guys. ESA was a huge guys making that happen, facilitating that and bringing us linking up with you guys. So it was really cool. And it's just gotten bigger and bigger ever since then. So it's been a lot of fun. Training is a huge aspect. I got very fortunate in my career from law enforcement to work with a lot of different military groups, from Rangers to PJs to SEALs to just working with a bunch of different guys, seeing different aspects and their mindset and training and what they do and drills and everything. So yeah, I give all of my credit to those guys and being able to learn from some of the best dudes in the world. So
awesome. So we are sure lucky that we have you here with this curriculum. It's awesome to have you here.
Yeah, thanks.
So we finished Sunday. We just finished the whole weekend of we call it Firearms Skills Lab. So basically, can you walk us through the curriculum of that weekend, what we did and why we did it?
Yeah. So it was pretty cool. We called it Firearms Skills Lab because we didn't want to just focus on one thing. We kind of wanted to bring a collaboration of drills and fundamentals and stuff together. So I came up with doing like Saturday was a pistol carbine day. So had guys in their kit if they wanted to carry their rifles all day, but then focus on rifle or pistol fundamentals with the rifle, and then go into rifle fundamentals and kind of dive back and forth throughout the day. So I think it was really an eye opener for a lot of guys who go on a flat range and they don't get to carry a carbine and shoot pistol all the time. You know, it's usually one or the other. Your pistol's always in, you're just running a carbine, but you know, it's a game changer when you have a rifle slung in the incorrect way and it's flopping around or it's cumbersome and the weight and stuff. So it was really cool, especially get the feedback from the guys, right? It was great. And then day 2, Sunday, we did a little, you know, briefing in the morning and then jumped right into some demonstrations of the drills that we're going to do. Had some friendly competition to kind of make guys work a little bit harder, you know, and I try and jump in the mix as much as I can here and there.
Friendly.
Yeah, it's bragging rights, or, you know, you should get made fun of the rest of the day, but it's all in good fun. I think it's motivational, you know, seeing a lot of progression. You know, for me, it's super humbling to come back here and teach really any course, because a lot of the guys are repeat students, and have a repeat student is like really cool, and it like feels good because it's like, holy shit, they're actually getting something out of it. They want to be here because you're here, you know? So it's neat for me. And it's super humbling. So got to do a little bit more high speed stuff today. We always end of the day with the walk back. You know, we didn't quite get back as far as we usually do, but I think we had a little bit more running and gunning with the vehicle CQB and yeah, working on vehicle tactics. So I think guys got a little trigger happy, but it was good. But some of the future projects that we're working on, I think I'm really excited about, is the low light, no light CQB course. You know, RDA's new facility, or part of the new facility, is a shoot house that we run some airsoft in, and being able to run guys under like absolute darkness with night vision. We got an open field to be able to move through to simulate an assault on a building or an approach and things. Run the airsoft and the paper targets in there, 3 stories with a basement. You know, it's a real good opportunity that you really can't do anywhere else, you know? So yeah, right. It's awesome. And that's one of the big things that I'm excited about. I think we'll do like a Saturday late afternoon, start off during daylight with a little bit of daylight left, walk through the basics and stuff, and then dive into night vision and low light. And like to try and bring on the guys from Falcon Claw, bring them down here for the thermal and night vision support. I think that'd be a really cool addition to let guys be able to rent night vision goggles and run them like they never run before. And then day 2, we can dive into force on force, little op 4, set some guys up. You know, we did a impromptu CQB class here a couple of weeks ago, and it ended up turning out great, I think, for a small course in the last minute. The guys got a lot out of it. The force on force is a lot of fun. It really gives you a different perspective of, you know, if you're set in a house and you kind of know the layout and where guys are going to come through, versus the assaulter, or you coming in the house to the unknown, you don't know where guys are and searching, and it gives a really good perspective. So that's going to be a really good course coming up. And then we talked about doing a level 2 course, kind of a spin-off of what we did this weekend, the Firearms Skills Lab, which is a little bit more fun, but go into a level 2 course where we get into a bit more weapon manipulation, shooting offhand, shooting it around cover, you know, through concealment, and a little bit more high-speed drills. You know, guys are running, bounding, coming backwards, you know, a tactical retreat from a target, you know, trying to get away from a target. You know, one of the things that we did today with the vehicle stuff was really cool, that, you know, be able to get out of a car, shoot from inside the car, get out of the car, move to the car, and then where are you going to go next? You know, you don't want to stay there. So I think we can dive further into that and have some more fun during the level 2 course too.
Yeah, well, I guess we need to check the schedule for there's a lot of stuff, because like when I was speaking with dudes afterwards, so they were like, okay, so yeah, a low light, no light, stuff like this is like, let's say high speed, but they really enjoy the way you teach the fundamentals, and like to see the value in like doing the basics and to see the approach, like all those small details. and build up on that. So that would be awesome to have you like a continuation of this weekend. That would be like,
yeah, no, that's great. I love that feedback because I think that's one of the biggest things that's missed on the range, especially a flat range, is, you know, everyone wants to do the high speed stuff and move fast and go fast. But it's really being able to implement those fundamentals fast, make them second nature. You don't have to think about it. It's a normal process for you. You know, you're not like, what do I do next? But you already have that mindset, you know? So I think that's another course that we can implement in here and see and judge the interest off of you guys is like a basics, like not where here, this is a gun, this is how it works, but a basics of fundamentals, a diver, further, deeper understanding of what the fundamentals are. What do those fundamentals mean? You know, what do they mean to you? How does they translate into what you're doing with a pistol? You know, what is a good stance? What is a good grip? You know, because everyone, we talked today, you know, like squeeze the lemon, the 64, all that garbage that people come up with and they put out there on the internet. You know, it's crazy to me because, well, what's 60%? You know, like nobody knows what a 60% feels like. My 60% is different than your 60%. So it's cool to see guys see that and their eyes like switch on and they're like, oh man, holy shit, I didn't even think about it like that, you know? So that's what makes it fun and enjoyable for me.
How do you compare teaching classes in US and in Europe? Let's say for Austrian and Slovak guys, you know, I'm curious about that, like the culture behind that, because like it's different, right?
Yeah, it's massively different. I'm kind of afraid to answer that question for all the folks back home, but I tell you guys, when I was teaching back in the US is, you know, teaching you guys in Europe is spectacular. Like it's on such another level of like knowledge transfer for you guys than it is for the Americans. Like honestly, and we're not teaching like those disclaimers. We're not teaching anything like secrets or stuff that, you know, we learned and is under like super under the radar and we got to get approvals and stuff. Like we're not doing any of that. It's not necessary, you know. But the guys over here in Europe, especially in Slovakia, man, it's just you guys eat up and take in so much information and ask so many good questions and generally want to be on the range. You know, like you have students back in the US that are like, well, I paid for this course, so I'm not setting up targets, you know, or I'm not picking up my trash. That's, you know, I paid for this course. That's why I'm here, you know, and oh yeah.
Well, we have some of this here as well.
You know what? You're probably right. I attribute some of it probably to my ignorance of like not fully understanding Slavic or Czech or German or whatever. You know, which is fine to me because it makes me feel better. Because to me, nobody's complaining. You know, everyone's having a good time. Everyone's participating. Everybody wants to know more. Everybody's eager. Everyone's super humble. You know, that's one thing here that I've had some students, and there's only a couple here and there, but a majority of students are really, really good in the U.S. and they want to learn. And that's usually after their first course with me. So I found like a lot of students will come to the first course and they're like, okay. I'm like, hey man, you paid money to be here. Like, you don't have to be here. Don't give me an attitude that you're better than everybody. You know, you paid me to be here. Take in what you can, man. Like, enjoy it. But after that first course, the students are like, oh shit, okay, I want more. I want to come back again. I want to do it again. I want to do the next level. I want more information, more information, more information. So it's really cool, but it is a massive difference from you guys on this side of the lake compared to us, because I don't know what it is. It's just the humbleness, the willing to learn, the want to learn, the preparedness. Like that's one thing over here that guys I don't see as much of on the US side is, you know, guys are out here training on the weekends. They're putting in the work, they're putting in rounds, they're investing in themselves, you know, buying the good equipment regardless, even though sometimes it costs double the amount. You know, it's just really, really cool to see. Man, I can't tell you how many guys I know that have night vision over here. It's insane. But compared to the US, and everyone can buy it in the US, they just don't. But the European dudes are like, yeah, I had an extra $10,000. I'm buying night vision. It's like, damn, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, it is what it is. We're trying our best. Last time you were here also with Tyler. So yeah, hi Tyler. Hope you come next time again. That like comparing Austria to Slovak, you remember that the people were like really eager to just do drills and fun and stuff like this. Well, and you said like man, I'm here, just take the value and the explanation, and you can just running and gunning for all day.
Yeah.
And that's what I really like, because that's the value in that. And I guess this weekend we just find the like really good balance between that. Like everybody was happy that there was a lot of fun, but even then we just shift gears for that, like, okay, let's focus on the fundamentals. And that was like where you can really get better.
Yeah, that's kind of where my thought process was with this course. It was like the Firearms Skills Lab is I wanted to test everybody out on Saturday and get an idea of like where everybody's level was. Like, do we have brand new shooters? We had a few guys that are come back the last time a couple times, which is really cool. And so that's the hard part from an instructor standpoint is finding that balance, right? Like you have guys that you've never seen before. A couple older guys came out to the range today, which are awesome. And they don't have as much experience of running and gunning, but they've never heard those 7 fundamentals, right? And so you have other guys that have heard it 4 or 5 times. So you got to find that balance of the class tempo to make sure that those new students that never heard it before are getting the same value of it as the students that have heard it the 4th or 5th time. So as we progress, and the way that I teach is I'm it's probably a bad thing, and the internet probably eat me up about it, but like I don't ever have a structure for a course, right? I don't have like, okay, we're starting at 9 a.m. By 10 a.m. we're doing this drill. By 10:15 it's doing this drill. I don't ever do that, because your students should dictate the pace of the course. Like what is that student level? That's one of the hard parts of going to a level 2 is you inherently have half the class has the experience to get into a level 2 course, but the other half is still at a level 1 because they've never done it. So it's like, how do you ramp up the course and get into more high-speed drills and stuff? So you kind of got to do it on the fly. But that one of the reasons why I wanted to do the course this way was because of those guys and see what they say. The hard part is, students pay for you to come and they pay for you to have knowledge. They don't pay for you to come shoot with them, which, I mean, if there's a bunch of, hey, if you guys are out there and you guys just want me to hang out with you, I'll send you my PayPal. You can send me some money. I'll come hang out with you. Totally cool. But I'm just kidding. But that's the thing is that I want to, when you come to pay for a course, you should be getting a knowledge transfer. You should be gaining something out of it. And it should be creating value for yourself. It shouldn't just be like, hey, hanging out with your buddies and shooting a bunch of ammunition. Go do that on your own dime. Save the $300, $400, $500, $600, $700, $800 or euros or whatever it is. And go spend a weekend with a couple of your buddies, organize it, and go shoot. You guys have tons of dudes out there that have groups that like go shoot together and do all the different things and events and stuff. Save your money, invest in that, and then spend your money on a class to get something to where you can gain value out of it. If an instructor's just coming and all he's doing is shooting and all he's doing is talking, and then you're not shooting, like what are you getting out of it? Read a book. There's audiobooks for that. Like, don't waste your money.
I think that's the difference between course and between training.
Yeah.
Cool. Sure. Yeah, I love it. So yeah, definitely looking forward for the, if I may speak for the group, as I was a part of it as well, for the continuation of the like level 2 of this, because yeah, that's where this is where I see the value. Mostly,
yeah,
like to get better at all those small details, which like again, like I was here like for the 4th time, I guess, with you, and like always something. Well,
this is like the first time that you got to like participate to, or no, it's like the second time,
like
full participation. Yeah.
It was my first time.
Yeah, it was your first time actually as a participant. You're always so busy. So.
So yeah, we just need to find the spot in the schedule and just arrange that, and we will definitely let you know on the social media, let's say Instagram and also our new webpage. So if you can just hop in and check it, we will definitely be happy to see you again in here. Awesome. In a like close future. Any closing thoughts, Dominic?
I just want to thank you about it. It was here. It was amazing weekend. A ton of information, ton of new stuff. So it was really amazing.
Thanks, man. I can't thank you guys enough. You guys have been over the top, accommodating for me. And then like my son got to come and kind of participate and see the course. And that was his first time. So it's pretty cool. And allowing that, you guys are awesome. So RDA is the place to fucking be for sure, man.
Yeah, it's not only about the shooting, of course, but because we're speaking always like, we're talking that like it's shooting during the day, and afterwards we just clean the guns, making the fire like campfire and sitting around the campfire, and having this is like really priceless
for sure.
So yeah, definitely looking forward to have a continuation also of this.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Me too, man. I can't wait, you guys. Thank you so much.
Cool, guys. Thank you for tuning in for this first ever historically
ARMORY debrief.
ARMORY debrief, let's say podcast, or we will see. Yeah, the format will be something like after weekend of training at RDA. We will just give you some intel what was happening at RDA, what is planned at RDA for the near future, and from time to time to just have this also visual contact with you. And also place for you to react either in comments or just write us anything what you have on your mind when we get better, how we can be more approachable for you, and to hopefully to see you all at the day.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
See ya. Thank you.
Thanks.
Papa.